What is going on YouTube? Welcome to Tech Savvy Buyer. So the thought of building your own home theater system can be daunting to most, especially when you start to consider all the costs associated with picking up, the different types of things that you'll need, from wiring to speakers to the home theater system to the actual projector that you're going to want to use. Now that price point would even go higher if you're considering to do a 4K projector home theater system. But ever since Texas Instruments launched their 4K DLP chipset, a lot of projectors have been able to implement 4K into their projectors and make it a much more affordable price as well. Now you might be thinking 4K projectors, that's got to be super pricey, but I'm pleased to say that Viewsonic is offering the PX747 for just $1,000 as of the time of this video. So you can go ahead and pick this up from Amazon if you'd like. The link is in the description below. They're running a promotion to keep it for $8,000 up until December 29th, so make sure that you guys do get in on that. Now what is the coolest thing about this specific projector? So first of all, I want to give a huge thanks to Viewsonic for going ahead and sponsoring this video and sending over this product for review. Now this projector in itself offers 3500 lumens of brightness, 4K resolution, support for HDR, and also has 2 HDMI ports on the back. All features which are not very common at this price point for this kind of monster of a projector, what I would specifically refer to this as. Now looking at the back of the actual projector, you'll see the different kinds of ports that they have available. So you'll have the audio in, the audio out, you'll have a VGA port, the 2 HDMI ports, an RS-232 port, a USB connection port, and a 12-volt connection as well. And that connection specifically you can use to connect any kind of powered screens that you want, so that when you power on the projector, it lowers the screen, or when you power it off, it sends the screen back up, which is a pretty neat feature to see being offered in a projector at this price point. Looking at the top of the projector, you have an access to several other buttons as well. So aside from the power button, you get access to adjusting the different menu settings right off of the top of the system. You can adjust things like vertical alignment, the volume, as this projector does come included with a 10-watt speaker. Now this is enough for room filling sound, and I'll give you my personal example. When I set this up in my basement, I did not have a home theater system to hook it up with, just because how you have to wire a projector is a little more challenging than wiring a TV. So we were relying on just a speaker that was inbuilt, and while I must say it's not a speaker that anyone should ever have to rely on when you want to watch content or play games, it was enough for us to actually get the job done. So it was room filling sound, but it wasn't the greatest clarity. Let you guys know that. Now on the bottom side of the projector, you actually have 2 adjustable feet, one in the front and one in the back left of it. Now these are great if you want to adjust the angle, if you're putting this on a table and you want to make sure that your picture is aligned correctly on your screen source. The other thing that you guys get access to here are mounting supports for different kinds of universal mounting brackets. You can use one that's made by Viewsonic, or you can pick up any one of those off of Amazon really. I picked up one for about 25 bucks on Amazon, and it works great with this. I was able to ceiling mount it, and I didn't have any issues doing that whatsoever. So what does gaming look like on this projector? And I have to tell you guys up front that gaming on this up to 300 inches is a phenomenal experience. Being able to have a gaming session on a screen size that's 300 inches is almost unfathomable. And I personally don't have any wall inside my house where I can project up that large, and so I essentially had to go out and purchase a screen that was 120 inches to project up to. And the clarity and the vibrancy of the colors was on par. Playing games like Red Dead Redemption 2 and Marvel's Spider-Man, it looked absolutely stunning in 4K detail with HDR support as well. And there was absolutely no major difference noticeable between using a 4K standard HDR TV and this projector. While the HDR performance on this is not the greatest, it is still pretty good to see that Viewsonic included this in a budget level 4K projector, and it does actually get detected as an HDR source, or an output shall I say, with different consoles that you plug into it. Now playing movies on this are phenomenal as well. There's limited amount of motion blurring, there aren't any kind of noticeable artifacting, and you're able to adjust the screen size so that it fits perfectly well on your screen as well. So inside the box, along with the projector, you get a backlit remote control, a VGA cable, a power cable, and of course 2 batteries to go ahead and power that remote control. And you also have access to the different manuals that come included with the projector as well. Now one thing I like about this remote control specific is obviously not the aesthetics of it, but the fact that it is backlit. So using it in dim environments like you're probably going to be most likely doing makes it a lot more easier. And not only is it easy to see, but some of the included buttons that they offer on this remote control are actually very, very handy. Being able to adjust the different picture mode settings and being able to turn on eco on and off with just a press of a button makes this remote a must-have and very, very handy to keep around. Well guys, that pretty much sums it. I would say the Viewsonic PX747 is an outstanding projector nonetheless. Now an interesting thing is Viewsonic actually makes another projector that's very similar, and I would actually call it the little brother to this model. It's the PX727, and the only difference between that and this is the brightness and lumens and the color wheel actually being used. So if you're looking for more accurate colors than the one that's being put out of this projector, PX727 is the route to go. However, do bear in mind that that is only 2200 lumens of brightness compared to 3500 lumens of brightness. So they each have their pros and cons. This one will get brighter and have slightly less color accuracy, and that one will have much more vibrant colors, but will also stay, better in a much more dim lit environment. So if you are building a home theater system in your house and you want to do it in, let's say, a basement where you're not going to get a lot of sunlight in, I would consider looking at the 727 as a true alternative option to the 747. But other than that, guys, that pretty much winds up this review of Viewsonic's PX747. I thoroughly enjoyed messing around with this projector and actually setting it up in my basement to enjoy a lot of movie content, a lot of gaming, and I can't say that I'm happy enough to actually be able to game on a 4K projector. So what do you guys think about a projector? Do you guys think it's a feasible thing to actually game on? Do you think it's a great option, or it's good to see that, a lot of projectors are coming in at the sub $1,000 price point? Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel and what you guys think, and until then, I will see you guys on my next video. Take care.